The people in China on TikTok exposing all the tea. They mad about the turners that they got over here in the US to over there on their goods, and they're pissed, and they're exposing all the tea on the designer items.
This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Have y'all seen that TikTok by the Chinese guy exposing how luxury goods are actually made? Basically, he says most of the luxury brands we use every day are actually made in China, then shipped to Europe just to get rebranded and sold back to us at insane prices. Like a wedding ring that would cost $2 in China somehow turns into a $2,000 ring. China is the world's biggest manufacturing hub. 80% of your Gucci, made in China. 60% of your Prada, also made in China. Even Chanel, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Adidas, Nike, you name it. The only real difference? China ships the products to Europe, slaps on a made in France or made in Italy label, and boom, luxury? It's ridiculous. While people are out here clowning Shane and Temu for being cheap and low quality, the expensive stuff you think is handcrafted in Paris or Milan? Yeah, that's made in China too. So what are you really worried about? Come on, your mega hat? That's made in China.
China sharply raised the stakes overnight in President Trump's trade war after he increased U.S. tariffs on Chinese products to 145% yesterday. Now, China's president is hitting back, increasing Beijing's 84% tariff on U.S. goods to 125% starting tomorrow. We are waiting to see the impact on Wall Street today, which took another beating yesterday.
At the same time, President Trump touted the historic market surge stemming from his pause on reciprocal tariffs.
We had a big day yesterday. There'll always be transition difficulty.
U.S. stocks were tumbling, wiping out a third of Wednesday's gains. But the president remained optimistic about new trade agreements on the horizon.
Everybody wants to come and make a deal.
The White House says the U.S. and Vietnam have agreed to start formal discussions, and others are in the works.
Did President Trump secure any concessions from any country?
USTR has informed us that there are maybe 15 countries now that have made explicit offers that we're studying and considering and, deciding whether they're good enough to present to the president.
China is not among those countries. A top official warned if the U.S. wants a trade war, China will fight to the end. And, quote, the U.S. cannot win the support of the people and will end in failure. The reciprocal tariffs will lead to increased prices for most Americans. Though they're a boost for Matt Billings, who owns a metal manufacturing company that sources its supplies domestically and isn't subject to import tariffs.
It's been a big boom. We're, more busy than we've ever been.
Billings says he can barely keep up with the demand.
We went to 7 days a week. We've added multiple shifts. We have added more equipment.
But for Sarah Wells, who owns a bag company targeted to new moms and imports tens of thousands of units from China a year, she's worried she may have to shut down her business.
Might as well be 1,000%. It's just insurmountable for small businesses. I mean, I can't do that. That exceeds the cost of the manufactured product.
Well, President Trump says those countries that do not reach a deal with the U.S. by the end of the 90-day pause will likely face the high rate they were supposed to before the pause, but he did not rule out the possibility.
FYP is full of these videos from China just sharing how they manufacture luxury goods and how they're trying to just go straight to the consumers now. And
In China, we all wear this kind of shoes. Okay, I'm just joking. Why are Chinese factories all over TikTok right now? Manufacturers like these guys are sharing videos claiming to expose what goes into making designer goods. They're breaking down how little it costs to put together a product and how much people are then asked to pay once a logo is stuck onto an item. They claim designers like Hermes, who make the iconic but extremely pricey Birkin bag, actually get their bags made in China, ship them to Europe to add their branding, and sell them to US customers for way more than it costs to make. That's the opposite of what Hermes says on its website, which doesn't mention China and has a map showing where they operate in France. So what are guys like this on about? It's all to do with US President Trump's tariffs. He announced 145% tariffs on most things coming from China into the USA. A tariff is basically a tax on stuff that's imported from other countries. That means, in theory, companies bringing goods from China into the US would have to pay the tariff to the US government. But that increase in cost often gets passed on to the customer, who ends up paying more for the product.
Come with me to check out China's biggest luxury wholesaler. Thanks to President Trump's recent tariffs, Chinese manufacturers for luxury brands like Hermes, Chanel, LV, etc. are coming out of the woods and offering direct sale to us peasants and the US at a pinch of the price. When you walk in, they hand you gloves because the goods you're about to handle are still the same top quality. I've never seen so many Hermes bags lined up in front of me, let alone try every size and color on like I'm in Walmart. Best part is there's no sales assistant stalking you. No upsells, and you're only paying 20% of the price. These only range from $250 to $500. That's a steal. Manufacturers are exposing luxury brands for what the bags actually cost. Now that Donnie's pissed off the peasants, all hell's broken loose.
These brands are absolutely fighting for their lives right now to keep you believing that luxury lie. And I know this because one of my videos that was going super viral exposing one of these brands, that got taken down this morning for copyright infringement. And the thing is, I wasn't showing logos. I was just talking about what's going on behind the price tag. Like the fact that these bags that people are paying thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for are being made in the same kind of factories as these do. They have the same leather, they have the same stitching, they have the same hardware. The only difference is the branding. And there were some people in the comments that were like, no, not this brand, never. They make everything in France. But I don't know if you guys realize this, they only have to finish the product in France to legally say that it was made in France. They can outsource 90% of the production to China, to Vietnam, wherever, and then just attach a zipper or a strap in Paris, and then boom, now it's a French luxury good. And at the end of the day, it's not even about where it's made, it's about why you believe that makes it worth more. Because that's the psychology. You're not just buying a bag, you're buying status, you're buying identity, you are buying the illusion of exclusivity. And these brands, they have spent billions of dollars to make you believe that without their logo, you're not as good, you're not as worthy. But if the quality is the same and the function is the same, then what are you really paying for? If I can pay $100 for a bag that for all intents and purposes is the exact same as a $6,000 one, but now I have $5,900 extra dollars to go and do other things that truly bring me joy, then I think I'm the one that's winning. I think the bigger flex is not having the brand name, it's having the money, deciding to let it grow and work for you, and
This Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD.
2025 just got more juicier. It's so wild to see these Chinese manufacturers exposing the luxury market. Oh yeah, maybe people were aware before, just a little bit, but now they're becoming more aware by every single passing hour. TikTok is blowing up with videos showing exactly where these luxury products are being made. I mean, I can't believe what's happening right now. And it's actually insane to watch. The whole illusion is starting to crack. You know what's wild? I've personally seen knockoffs that look identical to the store-bought luxury items. Same stitching, same quality, same PO, the whole thing is the same. However, no receipt, and that's it. I used to look at them and think, wow. And the big twist, a lot of these luxury brands, even names like Gucci, Hermes, Tiffany & Co. manufacture their products in China. It just wasn't something people wanted to believe. Because for years, the mindset was if it's made in China, it must be low quality. But that idea, it's outdated, like 20 years outdated. Chinese manufacturers aren't here making junk anymore. They're making high quality, high end, top tier goods, skilled workers, precision factories, massive output. Even Tim Cook said the same thing. China has both the scale and the skill. You literally can't compete with that. So now what? All of the transparency and platforms like Facebook Marketplace showing products that are basically indistinguishable from the luxury store items. What does that mean for these big names? What does it mean for luxury jewelry brands like Tiffany & Co. or Pandora? Is that kind of mind-boggling? We're in 2025, and we're finally watching this whole thing unreveal. The illusion is fading. It was never really about where it was made. It was all about how we preserve where it was made. Every time when we looked at like made in China, we will always look at them like, oh, this is really bad stuff. It's low quality. But that's far from the truth, because right now, China makes not only bad products, but really good products and exceptional products. It all depends on what you want. But a lot of people, especially the high upper class, is going to be like, there's no way I'm buying anything from China. Did you see their EVs? Did you see their new technology? It's just mind-boggling. Either they're going to pivot and bring everything back to Europe or to the United States, and then they're going to say made in the USA or made in France or made in Italy, 100%, or maybe they're going to have
You guys seen how China has been exposing these big brands? Oh my goodness. See, I keep telling you people you can't source anything from China. But some of you are like, oh my God, things from China are fake. Oh my God, I can't shop from China. Oh my God, I'm too big for China. You guys, even the designer bags you're carrying, even me, I know I like to buy some name brands at times. But do you know that most of these brands are getting their items straight from China? Yeah. If you are still one of those people that are like, oh my God, I can never shop from China. China only sells fake. I'm so sorry to break it to you. You have to change that bad character. Oh my goodness. I love how Chinese suppliers have taken all over my FYP. And you know this kind of thing, when you're watching videos, more videos will come up. I have seen suppliers for almost all the big brands. And I've known this for years. I know where to source all these things. And I keep telling people, come let me teach you people. Come let me teach you how to source from China. You guys be like, no, it's still. I don't want to shop from China. China, they sell fake things. Sorry for the laugh. And let me tell you something. You might be thinking, okay, it's too late. How can I even get started? You guys seen how China has been exposing these big brands? Oh my goodness. See, my suppliers will not answer them. Some people will not text twice. Some people will not even know, okay, this texted the supplier now. How do I ship from the supplier to myself? They would not know. I keep telling you guys, I'm one of the best importation coaches out there. If you want to learn how to buy anything directly from China, I am your plug. Come to me. Let me show you guys how to source items. Any item. You want to buy hair from China? Come. Let me show you. Clothes, shoes, even branded items. You want to learn how to brand, maybe you want to have like your own makeup line, your own thing soon. For people looking to source from China at
the way China exposing all of these name brand companies, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I ain't dealing with it. My vendor comes from California. Their products come from China. So let me break it down to you. Yes, you can go straight to the manufacturer in China, but y'all, I don't have time for that. I don't want to pay those prices. So I choose a vendor out of California that gets their stuff already from China, and the product is already in California. So I'm not going that route. So I'm about to pull up some orders. I'm about to see the shipping fee coming straight from China versus me getting it from California. And y'all, let's take a look. Okay, take a look at these two orders. The one on your right came from China. They charged me $40 shipping. The one on your left came straight from California. They only charged me $18. So it's up to you what you gonna choose. But y'all, there's a loophole and I need y'all to get in it. Now, I thought about this also. So say some people get together and order their stuff together from the same manufacturer in China, then we can split the shipping costs. That's another route to go too.
Hello from China. Let me show you the United States products in my home. Nothing. Do you have something from China in your home?
that one stung. he went there. I know your FYP has been flooded by Chinese manufacturers giving you the inside scoop on the cost of goods, especially luxury goods. 50% of cameras, 30% of air conditioners and TVs, 25% of washing machines, and 20% of refrigerators in the world is now being produced and assembled in China. China makes half of the world's cement and flat glass and about a third of its aluminum. It's true what that creator said. Just look around in your house. I'm willing to bet most of your belongings have been made in China. Do I have anything that's made in the US? And if you've been paying attention to Exposed Talk, almost 80% of luxury goods come from China. Slap a luxury label on there and the value goes up 10 times. Factories telling us $30,000 Hermes bags cost $1,500 to make. Your typical store item costs 20 cents. Guys, we picked the wrong fight.
Oh, hello from China. Let me show you the United States products in my home.
After the US called China a peasant and tell them how low quality the products that's coming out of China is, China fought back in the most pettiest way ever. And now every other video on my For You page is someone over at China where the suppliers are like, you want luxury brand? Yeah, we make them. All they do is just slap a logo on and you guys are paying 10 times more the price for just the logo, but we have the same quality and we make all of this shit for you all. Like, you want Lululemon pants? Yeah, we make them. You're just paying $100 for these Lululemon leggings, but it only costs $5 here in China. And they are telling people to just go straight to the producers and just buy it from them. Then there's another video, they're like, oh, you want to avoid tariff? This is how you avoid tariff. Become a personal shopper. Come to China with this 200-day free visa and become a personal shopper and just say these are all personal items and they won't tariff you. Like, okay, China, way to go below the belt. But also now this is like gonna be telling me something that TikTok is gonna be 100% banned now because America is just gonna be like, no, they're trying to take all of our business away because they're telling the truth. After the US called China a peasant and tell that
Hi, this is your Chinese TikTok spy, and I wanted to ask people here on TikTok, has your algorithm lately been pretty much videos from China, basically showing you the secrets of the luxury goods market? But to be honest with you, I'm actually an American citizen, but I love the fact that China is just basically being very, very petty and exposing the entire luxury goods industry. For example, brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Hermes. And I find it pretty hilarious and pretty petty that they're basically trying to just bypass these large companies and pretty much just encourage people to do direct to consumer. And personally for me, I actually don't really have that many luxury goods. I mean, I have like a belt, I have like a jacket, and I have like shoes from like Burberry and like Ferragamo. But it's really interesting to see how China is just basically trying to battle this entire trade war here with us here in the United States of America. And I'm actually living for it. So if you are receiving these types of videos from China, comment and let me know what you think, because I feel like as a country as a whole,
Hair supply from China. Hair supply from China. I found 5 top-rated factories in China. Yeah.
know what you guys want. You want me to keep recommending suppliers to you. Also, you want to be able to shop and, buy it. US, Europe, South Africa. So where does Prada make their bags? There is a lot of people coming on to TikTok and say all the luxury bags are made in China. It's not really true. Prada does have a lot of products made in China, a lot of bags, but not everything is made in China. They do still have things that are made in Italy, made in US. So the fabric tags, if there's say 224, 236, 165, 175, they are probably made in China. Numbers like 8, 18, 38, they're made in Southeast Asia. 42 and 7 are made in Italy. 204 is made in India. 158 is made in Romania. So they have production across the world, but obviously they would always say made in Italy, I think. There are also accessories, bags that doesn't have any tags. Those are really hard to verify. I think those are probably made in Italy. I own authentic Prada accessories and they don't have any number tags. It doesn't apply to all the products. So where does Prada make their bags? There is a lot of people coming on to TikTok and say all the luxury bags are made in China. It's not really true. Prada does have a lot of products made in China, a lot of bags, but not.
Let me tell y'all about the whole ass police ass shit that my bitch ass cousin did pull yesterday. Bitch, during the funeral. Boom, one of our cousins had just passed away last week and his shit was yesterday, right? So we hadn't already discussed that we not fucking with the funeral for real. We just gonna go to the